Sideline Squeeze, everybody. I'm Lindsay Aarons.
And I'm Victoria Daly.
We'll jump right in with Thursday Night Football. The Jets beat the Patriots last night 24-3. Game wasn't even close. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, it was his first game back at MetLife. I know Jets fans were super happy to finally see him complete a full game at MetLife. He played great. He was 27 for 35 with 281 yards and 2 touchdowns. Used his legs in this game, which for a 40-year-old, we don't see too often.
No, I was really pleasantly surprised with how Aaron Rodgers did. He's always thought of, I think, as this great throwing quarterback. So, he showed that last night. But I think last night he also gave fans a sneak peek of, wow, this 40-year-old can run. So I was pleasantly surprised. The Patriots, on the other hand, the whole quarterback battle, we have Jacoby Brissett and Drake May. Let's jump into that.
Yeah, Drake May made his NFL debut last night. He only played for the last couple minutes of the fourth quarter, so didn't get a full fair shot. He didn't even finish his first drive. However, he played pretty well. I mean, he was 4 for 8, 22 yards in a couple minutes. I thought that was, pretty decent coming from him. But I don't know if he's ready to be a starter quite yet. What do you think?
Yeah, I know head coach Jared Mayo just claimed that Jacoby Brissett will be starting next week versus the 49ers, which I think is the right decision. It's only 4 weeks in. He's who you said the starter was. The team's been training with him as QB1. I think he also knows the tempo of the game, the pace. He knows these players. He knows what NFL football is, and Drake May is coming from college football, so it's a big transition, a big jump that I think he still needs to sit back and observe. And, if Jacoby Brissett gets hurt, he took a lot of big hits last night that if knock on wood, if something were to happen, Drake May, I think, is skilled enough to step in there and take on this role, but for now I think he still has to observe and still learn from Jacoby Brissett.
I 100% agree with you. I'm a big believer in, quarterbacks that are rookies sitting a little bit, learning from a veteran, even like Aaron Rodgers did that, and look how great he turned out. Jordan Love did that behind him. So I just think that's, my preferred method of watching a quarterback develop, because even like Caleb Williams played and he hasn't been doing too hot. So I think it's just better to have, a quarterback learn the ropes, especially in a big market like Boston where that city's huge, the fans are kind of brutal. I don't know if Drake May would be ready for that right away, to be thrown right into the fire. So I think starting Brissett is definitely smart for the first couple games of the season.
I don't want to blame everything on Jacoby Brissett for what happened last night. I think the Patriots' offensive line played a big role in that. The quarterbacks between the two of them got sacked 7 times last night. That is a lot, and you can't blame just them for that.
No, I mean, I think the Jets' defense played fantastic last night, and I don't know if last night's win can be attributed to the Jets being that good or the Patriots just being that bad.
Yeah, I think it was a good day for some, a bad day for others, but I'm excited to see the Patriots 49ers matchup next week to see if the Patriots can jump back from this.
I don't know. The 49ers are a strong team. I mean, even the Jets are a pretty strong team, it seems like. I mean, Rodgers, you got Lazard, you got Garrett Wilson, and that 2 running backs, that's a real good 1-2 punch between Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. I thought they were great last night.
And then jumping into one football game to another football game, Syracuse football takes on ACC rival, who would think we would hear that, Stanford tonight at the Dome.
I know, it's their first matchup ever against Stanford, and it's also going to be celebrating their 44th birthday in the Dome, which is a huge number here at Syracuse, because only Syracuse legends can wear number 44. It's only been Ernie Davis, Floyd Little, and Jim Brown. So big celebration for 44 and Friday Night Lights.
Super
excited. The game?
Yes, super excited. Friday Night Lights don't come often. They're always Saturday games. So I think it's going to be a great energy. Everyone's going to be packing the Dome. I'm pretty sure the game is almost sold out. I think yesterday they had only 500 tickets left. So everyone wants to go. It's going to be great energy. We're coming off that bye week. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. How do you feel about the bye week?
I think the bye week's going to be a good reset for them. I mean, Syracuse's defense was really crumbling towards the end of the game last week, that I think they just kind of need that week to just, take a break, reset, come back this week stronger, especially against the Stanford team that we've never faced before because of the conference realignment, which, I don't know. I mean, it's new this year, so nobody really knows exactly what it's going to be like, but what do you think about it?
I'm more neutral, I would say. I think that it is good, to get Syracuse's name out there to all parts of the country, not just on the Northeast. I think it's good to see these Western teams really get used to new players, new ways of play. So I'm not opposed to it, but not in favor of it because it is a big distance and everything. But I think it's not a horrible thing. I think it's a good way to really open up our eyes to see, oh, this is a new play style, a new players, new coaches, just a bigger audience, I think, too.
No, that's valid. I mean, I understand both viewpoints of it. I know that SU Director of Athletics John Wildhack agreed with you, just in terms of, spreading Syracuse's name, just not from the Northeast, but also to the West Coast, and SMU is in Texas, so making it more of a nationwide, type of name here. But I don't know. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of the conference realignment. I think it's a little weird to be, playing teams consistently that are in different time zones than you. I feel like that's tough on the players to have to travel 6 hours every week, especially the teams like Stanford.
They've been here for a little bit. I was walking around campus a couple days ago and saw their bus.
Really? Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting. So, I mean, at least good for them. They have some time to adjust. But I feel like that's got to be hard as a student athlete, also having to factor in traveling and changing time zones every week. I don't know. Just because of that, I'm not a huge fan of the conference realignment, but I mean, we haven't seen it play out yet, so maybe I'll change my mind and we'll see what happens when Syracuse takes on Stanford tonight.
So before we go, though, who's your money on tonight?
Ooh, I'm taking Syracuse. I mean, Kyle McCord's been rolling lately. I don't think he's going to be stopping, anytime soon. I hope not, certainly. What do you think?
I have to go to the homeland and say Syracuse also. But unfortunately, that is all the time that we have today on the Sideline Squeeze. I'm Victoria Daly.
And I'm Lindsay Ahrens. We'll see you next week.